It's a people, it's a community, it's a life, it's a heart, it's a spirit.
Parents of gay children say, I want my son, my gay son, to have the same opportunity to come to me and say, hey, Dad, I'm getting married, as my non-gay son or my non-gay daughter.
The heck would you want a picture of a tattoo of $1,000 on your penis for?
You might just need to satisfy yourself sexually alone at that point.
Do I regret it? Not one bit. Did I think that I would actually take it the next step and do it again?
And what goes into their life, how they handle it. There are 12 houses, and each one of those houses has a particular function.
Look into yourself, think about it, and just be whoever it is that speaks to you.
Hi, and welcome to Talking About. I'm your host, JC Alvarez, and we're very fortunate to have in the studio today singer-songwriter Ariel Aparicio.
Hi.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Thanks for coming by and joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely. Your latest album is All These Brilliant Things. I want to make sure that we show the cover to the audience, whichever camera's got me. You are I love the story of the Cuban immigrant. You're actually...
We have something in common here, yes. I just discovered that recently, so...
It's something I can relate to. You were born in Cuba.
I was born in Cuba,
Okay,
yeah. I left when I was very, very young. I have no recollection of Cuba whatsoever, so I think it was about 3 years old. Moved to Miami, as I mentioned, is the law. Most Cubans have to, at least at some point, have to make a stop in Miami, and then came to New York.
And when did you first develop your affinity towards music? Because you are a singer-songwriter.
Yeah, the music thing was always with me. It's something that I grew up with. My family was always surrounded with music, and my mom was a singer. There was always
what kind of singer was she?
Salsa.
Oh, she sang. Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Like she performed it and everything.
She performed. I mean, she did. She started as she did it at at home with bands at home, but she did some. She did shows out. Small shows, but it's something that she's always wanted to do.
There's no such thing as a small Cuban show.
Right. Yeah, I take that back. Sorry, Mom.
No such thing.
I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, I was surrounded with it. It was something that something that I joke about all the time is that we had music playing constantly. So every night, a couple times a week, maybe not every night, but a couple times a week, there would always be like impromptu jams at the house. The kids, of course, the kids were up to 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not a good thing. But it's something that was always, always happening in the house. So the music thing was something that I think I just,
it's just been a part of your growing up.
Yeah.
Now, the interesting thing about you as an artist is that you say your influences were basically your culture, your Latin culture, but your sound is really, really very different.
Yes.
It's very rock, very pump infused, and it's such a great album. I really enjoyed the tracks on it, and I just thought it's so refreshing in this day and age where we have so much overly processed pop music, to have an artist that really is sort of like gearing more towards rock.
Yeah.
How did you connect with that as an inspiration?
The rock influence, it's again, I grew up with salsa, then R&B, disco, all these things that were the music of my parents, my brothers and sisters. They're both older than I. I discovered rock and roll probably in middle school, and I remember one of my friends in middle school was saying, why are you listening to this? And just gave me like a Zeppelin record, and it was something that I was blown away by it. And then I was able to embrace something that was mine. Everyone else in my family was listening to their stuff, so I discovered rock and roll, and this is what became my passion, and I always felt like I knew that I was going to be a musician, so the rock and roll was what totally took over me, and that's what I wanted to do.
Right, definitely. Now, what have been some of your musical inspirations for some of your?
We have, Bowie is probably one of my biggest influences.
David Bowie certainly is a legend.
Yeah, and brilliant stuff, brilliant body of work. And Chrissy Hynde, The Pretenders, Elvis Costello, bands like Blondie, bands like X, great punk band from LA. And then, also the classic rock from Zeppelin to The Doors to Queen to all these fabulous legendary rock and roll.
Now, do you think there's sort of like a revolution or a change now in music? Do you think we're sort of like gearing back to that sort of like punk rock feel? Do you think that that will be the next big thing?
I'm not sure. I mean, I hear the next big, the next big thing changes every day. So it's like, you're all of a sudden, pop is what's, you hear constantly on the radio, and then, I think rock has kind of made a comeback now. I don't hear that much interesting stuff on mainstream radio, but a lot of indie and alternative rock is really becoming incredibly interesting. It really fascinates me. But yeah, I think we are going in that direction. I'm very grateful for that because it's like, I'm kind of bored with what we've been listening to for a while now.
Well, you are a New York-based artist. I mean, I'm sure you tour around the country and take your music everywhere. But music is such a great part about New York City. I mean, there must be some great venues that perform here in the city.
Yeah, there's some great spots in New York. I talk about this all the time because New York is a little frustrating because it has a gazillion places to play. But there's, I feel like sometimes, it lacks like this community where, where musicians kind of know each other because they know someone else who's a musician in this band. But it's like they tend not to come together like it happens in many other, smaller cities where bands really, really know each other and kind of support each other. So we kind of don't really have that in New York. It's more of like a Clash of the Titans thing, But there are really great venues in New York. There are some great spots that I really enjoy playing.
And do you have a website where someone can check out where you might be performing?
Sure. The Ariel Aparicio website .com. It's always updated. Right. Or you can go to MySpace. It's myspace.com Ariel Aparicio Music.
Brilliant. Now I also I want to talk about some of the inspirations for your music because I'm sure that it'll be really interesting for people to know that you're a dad.
Yes, that's right.
Now, I'm sure your son loves your music, but did he sort of inspire any of your tracks? Yeah,
I mean, my kid is 2.5 years old now, so it's been an amazing voyage.
What's that like being a gay father?
It's well, yeah. Yeah, is that what it is?
Well, I mean, it's like you're raising a son.
My partner and I have been together for 15 years, and we see it no differently. And that's the way that's the way we live our life. And so we're just parents. So whatever we happen to be gay. But we're parents, so that's the only thing that's important. But it's really amazing, and my kid has totally influenced my music. I mean, there's I think one specific song in there that I wrote right after he was born, which is called Hang Around. But now, like most of the stuff that I've written over the past year has gotten a little sappy. So it's, I'm trying to rough it up a little bit, but it's all about, my kid, and I got a great life and I have a great kid. But
well, that's always really great to hear. The album is called All These Brilliant Things. The artist is Ariel Aparicio, and you're going to perform some songs for us from the track.
We're performing one song from the track, and then we're going to do a second song that we just released that's not on the album, but it's available on iTunes now.
Brilliant, great. So stay tuned because we got a performance coming up.
I'm in my lonely room, in my quiet bed. I have always known, the mighty hands of time never take a breath, always toe the line. And place of God, I can see the light shooting from the stars on up. In some town in Mars, the meek walk hand in hand, the cool arriving car. I am the one you call. never felt this good, never hurt so bad. I never understood why my lonely tears they sting, my empty hands they bleed, my lonely heart still sings. I am the one you call, I am the one who falls, I am the broken one. And I am the ground you walk, I am the words you talk, I am the whole one, chosen one. Yeah, it's few and far between the light and me, between the notes I sing. What will and what will never be, what will always know, what will never see. I am the one you call, I am the one who falls, I am the broken one. I am the ground you walk, I am the words you talk, I am the chosen one. And I am the one you call, I am the one who falls, I am the broken one. And I am the ground you walk, I am the words you talk, I am the whole one, chosen one, chosen one. Well, that was album The One from my new record, All These Brilliant Things. Now we're going to do a new song that we just released. It's available on iTunes now. You might recognize it. It's called Pretty in Pink, cover of a great band, Psychedelic Furs. Here we go. Caroline laughs, it's raining all day, loves to be one of the girls. She lives in a place in the side of our lives where nothing is ever put straight. She turns herself round and she smiles and she says, this is it, it's the end of the joke. She loses herself in a dream and in sleep the lovers walk through in her coats. She's pretty in pink, isn't she? Pretty in pink, isn't she? All of her lovers all talk of their notes and the flowers that they never sent. And wasn't she easy? Isn't she pretty in pink? The one who insists he was first in the line is the last to remember her name. He's walking around in this dress that she wore. He's gone, but the joke's the same. Pretty in pink, isn't she? Pretty in pink, isn't she? Well, Caroline talks to you softly sometimes. She says I love you and too much. She doesn't have anything you wanna steal. Well, nothing you can touch. She waves. She buttons your shirt. The traffic is waiting outside. She hands you this coat. She gives you her clothes. These cars collide. Pretty in pink, isn't she? Pretty in pink, isn't she? And she's pretty in pink, isn't she? Pretty in pink, isn't she? And it feels like love. Oh, it feels like love. Oh, it feels like love. Yeah, it feels like love. Love, 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 love. Thank you.